In the news this week, private yachts, parties and girls. Questions continues over former MLC Phil Edman's alleged use of public funds.
Singing off, ex-Mayor Russell Aubrey gives his 2 cents on Melville and song as he leaves local politics.
The fastest elephant on the river. Transperth's new public ferry sets speed records in her maiden journey.
And Western Perspective summarises the year that was 2019. That's coming up.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Leung and Danielle Staniskov.
Good evening. Former State MP Phil Edman's attempt to clear the air regarding the alleged misuse of his electoral allowance has only led to more questions. As politicians are shredding Edman in the media, political experts think that the latest scandal is what the public have come to expect. Sarah Smith begins our coverage.
The disgraced former MLC resigned from the Liberal Party just hours after a CCC report revealed that he allegedly used his electoral allowance to pay for speeding fines, visits to strip clubs, and expenses relating to his personal yacht, named Prime Minister. Edman has claimed that the scandal is an expenses error and blamed his accountant for not keeping on top of things. Labor MP Rita Saffioti told reporters that West Australians can still trust their government officials.
I think this example by Phil Edman are extreme and something that no one could have anticipated.
Dr Ian Cook says that this is another very embarrassing moment in a pattern that West Australians are starting to get used to.
We're getting desensitised to corruption and bad behaviour on the part of our politicians, to the point at which I think we're coming to see it as normal politics, not bad behaviour that we need to address.
Edman has insinuated that a laptop he used as a parliamentarian contains dirt exposing similar behaviour by other West Australian MPs. Police Minister Michelle Roberts called on anyone involved in similar corrupt behaviour to turn themselves in.
But anyone who's done anything similar to him in any shape or form should make themselves known to the CCC. They should go in and own up to it now.
Sarah Smith, WAMN News.
He's not your typical singer, but former Melville Mayor Russell Aubrey has signed off from local government politics in a song as he retires. Nelson Liu talked to him in his first interview since his election loss, where he talked about Melville while responding to local government Minister David Templeman's end-of-year tune.
Bowing out with a song.
Hello, Minister, my old friend. You've driven Melville round the bend.
Russell Aubrey singing his version of a popular classic.
The city echoes to the sound of silence.
He's responding to local government Minister David Templeman's year-ending version of the tune, while confirming his retirement from local politics.
I've moved on from my position of mayor.
The former mayor looked back at his 12 years of leadership at the city of Melville, that he says led to improved finances, community initiatives and awards.
A city generally is performing at a very, very high standard.
However, he's still frustrated about an inquiry into around 300 complaints made against his council.
The Minister for Local Government didn't support his own industry.
He's hopeful about the city's opportunities for the future, and he still has concerns about it under new Mayor George Gear.
I will obviously keep a very careful eye on what's happening in the city.
But as he walks away, he has no regrets.
I'm delighted with the legacy I leave.
Nelson Liu.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
WAMN News.
Double demerits are enforced over the holiday period, and police are urging drivers not to assume they won't have a crash. 160 West Australians lost their lives in traffic accidents this year, and police are warning that the fatalities could climb to 170 by the end of the year. Police Traffic Commander told reporters that the first car seized for speeding was picked up only 22 minutes after the double demerit period started.
I'd like to send a message out that it is a festive season. However, it's up to the driver to make a conscious decision that he or she will take care of the people around them, and not only themselves but their families as well.
WA can expect a bigger budget surplus than expected this financial year, with soaring iron ore prices projected to continue to boost the McGowan government's mid-year economic review released on Wednesday forecasts a $2.6 billion surplus for 2019-20, an increase from its previous projection during the May budget of $1.53 billion was expected, but the new figure is more than $1 billion higher. The surplus is projected to rise to $2.7 billion in 2020-21. Net debt for the year was expected to reach $39.53 billion, but it is now anticipated to drop to $36.17 billion and fall steadily over the forward estimates.
The newest addition to Transperth's fleet cast off this week with 60 lucky golden ticket holders on board. The new ferry is named for Tricia, the elephant matriarch of Perth Zoo, celebrating her 63rd birthday in March. With a top speed of 90 knots, she is the fastest elephant on the river. But on her day-to-day trips between South Perth and Elizabeth Quay, she will stick to a more stately 8 knots.
I'm absolutely honoured and over the moon that I get to drive this, the first skipper or the first Transperth driver. It handles differently. It's a lot smoother run. You can't hear the engines, which is absolutely fantastic. So passengers can have a conversation at the back.
Brexit is set to get ahead following the election victory by the ruling Conservatives party led by Boris Johnson. The Parliament has backed the Brexit bill as the Conservatives holds an 80-seat majority. The bill will then go past the House of Lords for further approvals. The result means that Britain will leave the European Union on the 31st of January 2020 with a one-year transition period. The impeachment bill of US President Donald Trump has passed the House of Representatives, which is controlled by the Democrats. It comes following a lengthy 10-hour bipartisan debate at the chambers, stated their reasons for or against the impeachment bill. The bill was passed with 229 yes and 198 voted no. The trial is set to begin in Senate in the new year, with the media experts tipping that Mr. Trump won't be impeached as the Republicans has the majority.
And with the festive season approaching, here's Neil Bennett from the Bureau of Meteorology WA with a Christmas week weather forecast.
Forecast for the big day for WA. There's a real range of temperatures. Looking to the north, we can see temperatures up through the Kimberley and the Pilbara, and parts of the Gascoyne could be as high as the mid-40s. Places like Marble Bar could see 45 degrees. A little bit further to the south, though, as we move down towards the goldfields, we're looking at temperatures dropping off. And then as we move to the south coast, we could see temperatures as low as 23 degrees for the Albany region. Across the west coast and for the Perth area, it looks as if it's going to be a rather pleasant 35, 36, although there is the possibility we could see temperatures jump up. So it's not out of the realms that something in the order of 38 degrees may be on the cards. For Boxing Day, everywhere looks as if it's going to be a little bit cooler, but there will be some thunderstorm activity, we feel, running down the trough from north to south. All in all, though, it does look like it's going to be a pretty good Christmas. Apart from the high temperatures, there's no rain around. So everybody from the Bureau wishes everybody out there a very Merry Christmas.
And that's our final weekly news and current affairs for 2019. Thank you so much for your viewership this year. On behalf of the WAMN News team, we wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we send love to those you love.
We look forward to seeing you again in the new year on the 19th of January 2020. Until then, please take care and good evening.
Good night.